Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you this beautiful blonde style. This is Cameron Lite by Jon Renau in the color Shaded Praline. So before we get started, I wanted to ask, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe down below, like and comment, and we'll get started. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Cameron Lite. So I love this style. This is a style that I actually wore for quite some time, the original Cameron that is, and this of course is the light version of it. So we will do a little comparison later in my video between Cameron and Cameron Lite, but I wanted to go ahead and show you this style right out of the box. All I've done is put her on, comb her a little bit, fluff her a little bit. I haven't changed the part or done anything else with her. So let's go ahead and look at the features, and we'll go ahead and do a spin as well, and then we'll continue on with the review. So first, I also want to mention this color, Shaded Praline, is just a stunning light blonde. And I'm more familiar with brunettes. So I chose this color because of the wonderful rooting. And I want to point out, you have these lighter fibers in the front. I remember seeing Shaded Praline in photos and videos, and it was very dark in the front in years past. And now Jon Renau has introduced these light fibers in the front, and that just adds such a realistic feature to this cap. You can see those knots are virtually invisible, and it still looks natural. I feel like it's not too much of a band of blonde right in the front there. So I love this color, and we looked at the lace front, which is very natural looking. We'll be parting the wig a little later in the video, and then we can see how natural the part line looks. I'm assuming it will be wonderful. So yes, this of course is just your standard little bob, very elegant and sleek. In the past, when I wore Cameron, I often would need to steam these little flips in the front, and I will not be doing that with Cameron Lite. I feel like this is very subtle, and the density is so nice and natural that I feel like this already looks like natural hair. I would not be changing the style here at all. I probably will steam the part in place. That's the one thing I can foresee doing. But before we do anything, let's go ahead and do a spin so you can see Cameron Lite from all sides. Here she is from the right, and the back, and the left. Just an adorable little bob, wonderful for summer, very sleek, very natural, and very comfortable as well. Okay. So next, I want to work on Cameron Lite a little bit, change the part line and steam that in place. I want to show you the cap construction for this style. We're going to go ahead and do a quick comparison between Cameron Lite and Cameron. We'll look at some styling options. And lastly, I'll take her outside so you can see this beautiful color in natural light. So let's go ahead and change the part line. I have my rat tail comb, and I'm just going to create a new part line kind of in the center where that zigzag parting is. The moment of truth. That is looking good, but I can already see that it's very dark, and so I will absolutely want to apply some silicone tape there and do a little steaming so that the next time I take this style off and put her back on, that the part line will just fall right back in place. So that is looking very nice. Let's go ahead and add a clip here so that we can steam this part line in place. I will go ahead and get my tools, and we'll do that together. Okay. So first, I wanted to show you that I've placed a piece of silicone tape on the inside of the cap to create a natural scalp appearance. You see it there, and then you can see how that creates a more of a scalp appearance through there. This is the tape that I like to use. It's the AWD Medical, and you can purchase that on Amazon. So then I did look at her a little bit more, and I thought that the part line was a little too straight in the front, so I played with that a little bit. You just want to make sure the part is exactly the way you want it before you start steaming. So I have my blockhead here. Let's go ahead and put the wig on there, because of course you don't want to be steaming while you're wearing the wig. So I have my iSteam steamer that I often use. We'll go ahead and turn that on, and first we will steam the part in place, and then I will steam the fibers away from the face a little bit as well. So here we go. And of course, while I'm doing that, I'm being very careful to stay away from the lace. I will post a link to a steaming video that I created in the description box down below. So next, we'll go ahead and steam some fibers away from the face. I want to do that on both sides. So on this left side, the wig's left side, I will just do one section. And we can do that while the part line cools. We'll go ahead and do the right-hand side. And here I like to create two sections. If you watch my videos, you know that I prefer the steaming method over using products that can gum up the fibers, or a hot air brush that I feel is not as effective at styling the fibers away from the face. All right, I'm going to let that cool, and then we'll take her off, put her on my head, and we'll see what that accomplished. All right, she's nice and cool now, so we can go ahead and remove the clips. Still a little bit damp, and that's not a problem. You can keep working with her. She just needs to be cool for that new style to set. So you can see how this sweeps away from the face a little bit now. I love that. And then we have our two clips on this side. You can always steam more. You can correct it if you steamed it in a position that you don't like. Or if it's not staying away from your face enough, you can absolutely steam it again. But that is looking really nice, just the way I like it. So let's take a look at the part line now. First we'll test. I'm leaning forward. This is what I'm getting, flopping in my face much less. And the part line with that silicone tape under there is looking really natural. Now, if you wanted to have even more of a scalp appearance, and we may do that, we can add a little bit of powder to the part line, and that will adhere to that silicone tape underneath and give you a really obvious looking part line. So next, let's go ahead and look at the cap construction. But first, I just want to show you a couple of things. I do want to go ahead and add just a little bit of powder to that part line with the adhesive under there, so that we see that natural looking scalp appearance a little bit better. So I like to use this NYX, and I will leave this in my description box down below. It's the Warm Neutrals eyeshadow, and I'm using this color. I use it with a paintbrush because that's nice and stiff and can really get in there. So we'll see if I can see this on camera. I don't want to add too much, and you can always pat it, and when you remove the silicone tape, also a lot of this powder will disappear and you'll have to redo it, which is good because if it's too extreme, you can easily change it. This is just powder. It's not like using a cream-based foundation that you then have to wash out. I find that if you just pat it, most of it disappears. And I don't want to go too much all the way forward, because it's already a little sparser in the front, which is what you want. So let's go ahead and see. We'll pat that a little bit. Yes, I like that. I like just adding a little more scalp appearance, and you can play with that. Just do whatever works for you. The other thing I wanted to show you was how to take this wig off. Jon Renau actually recently held a live on Instagram, and in it, they demonstrated how they recommend you remove all the Smart Lace Lite collection wigs from your head. Rather than picking them up by the ear tabs, which is what I typically do, I guess because the Lite collection has that lace going all the way under the ear tabs, in order to protect that delicate lace, they recommend that just with your hands, you reach into the fibers and then squeeze a little bit, squeeze the fingers together, and then gently lift the wig off that way. And that way you are not at all disturbing the lace all along the ear tabs there. So let's go ahead and look at the cap construction. Of course, I have the silicone tape here. Let's go ahead and remove that so that you can see this cap without it. So this is the Lite collection. You know, you have your full mono top, which is wonderful. You can part her center, left or right, whichever works for you. She has this gorgeous ear-to-ear lace front, as you can see, which will give you a very natural scalp appearance all the way along till under the ear tabs. Then you have a hand-tied cap, which has some stretch to it. Then you have an extended nape with some silicone, and that is for extra security. And of course, the extended nape gives you that bit of extra coverage. You have the Velcro adjuster, so you can adjust her to your circumference. You have the polyurethane ear tabs with the metal stays inside. And I want to mention also that both on the polyurethane ear tabs and on the silicone nape, that is constructed especially so that you can use adhesive if you would like, for a little extra security, especially if you're styling her away from the face at all. So that is this beautiful, luxurious cap construction. All right, so let's look at some styling options. So Cameron Lite is a mid-length bob, not a long bob. So I don't know that I would style her into a ponytail or into an updo at all. You could try. You could probably create a little ponytail if you really wanted to. But for me, for this style, I really prefer just a few simple styles that pull the fibers away from the face. So first, I would do the ear tuck, of course, if you're just going about your day and want to make sure that no fibers fall in your face. You can easily do a little half tuck or even a full tuck. And I feel that this rooting actually makes it work with my dark brown bio hair. Now, if you're going to do this and expose the edge at all, you probably would want to go ahead and trim that lace back a little bit. If you do have bio hair peeking out like I do here, you can see, otherwise it just is on top of that bio hair and you can see the lace. So I would just trim it up to about here. You can also tuck the left side, of course. We have fewer fibers on this side, so there's less density, and that is a cute look. Then I like to just take these fibers in the front here. And again, you can do that because you have this beautiful extended lace front. Just give that a little twist. And then I have a barrette. I really should invest in some blonde ones now that I know that I could wear a blonde wig too. And just keep the fibers away from the face that way a little bit. I think that's a good look. And then lastly, let's go ahead and use a headband. And again, all this is possible and very natural looking because of that ear-to-ear lace front. There we go, and you just choose whatever style you like. Let me go ahead and show that to you close up so you can see. Now again, that's that lace extending all the way down to here on me. This is where the ear tabs end, and my measurements are in the description box down below if you'd like to compare with your circumference and ear-to-ear measurements, etc. So yes, very natural looking. I would trim it here and here, but I think these Lite styles are really designed to be able to be styled away from the face, and I think that is a very luxurious thing, especially in the summer months when it's hot. I love being able to do that. So next, we'll go ahead and compare Cameron Lite to the original Cameron. Okay, so here we have the original Cameron in the color Caramel Ribbon. This is the actual wig that I used in a steaming video that I did previously and mentioned before, and it will be linked down below. But first, I just want to mention the main difference between these two, of course, is the density. Cameron Lite is intended to be a light density or low density wig, and Cameron, the original, is a light to medium density wig. So you can absolutely feel that, but it's not like the original Cameron has permatease. I think maybe there's a teeny tiny bit at the nape, but this is not a wig with permatease really, and of course neither is the light version. So let's go ahead and do a spin, and then we'll compare, we'll look at the cap construction. So here they are from the right and the left and the back. So as you can see, just both very sleek mid-length bobs. So let's go ahead and take a look at the inside of Cameron. Now here again, like you do with the Lite, with Cameron Lite, you have a full mono top with the option of parting center, left, or right. Now the lace front is just a standard lace front. It's not extended down on the ear tabs at all. And of course the Cameron Lite goes all the way to the bottom of the ear tabs. So that's a difference. You have the hand-tied cap. You have a non-extended nape. So this is just your standard nape with the Velcro adjusters. And of course on the Cameron Lite you have that extended nape with a silicone strip. Then you have the ear tabs, and these are just soft ear tabs with stays. And of course, on Cameron Lite, you have that polyurethane where you can easily apply some adhesive. So that's another difference. Those are the main differences in the caps. And yeah, I think both are wonderful styles. It just depends on which features are important to you in the cap, and if you really want that extended lace front. And a slight difference in the density. So those are those two styles compared. Next, we'll go ahead and take Cameron Lite outside. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at and talk about this beautiful color, Shaded Praline. The color code for Shaded Praline is 12FS8. And the color code itself is a bit confusing. So I did a little bit of research, and I found some very good information in a video on YouTube created by Jon Renau, comparing Shaded Praline to the California Blonde colors. And that actually gave me quite a bit of clarity and explained these colors quite a bit. First, let me show you from the Shaded Praline coloring, we have this sample. And these are the colors that are in this style. So you have the 8 rooting there. The shade is the 8. And then you have a blend of these 3 colors. You can see there's 3 different lengths. So you have this brown, this golden blonde, and then this platinum blonde. And I'm seeing a lot of that platinum blonde, especially in the front and highlighted throughout. So I'll just read you what the video described this color as being. So they say that it is a shaded root color of 8, which we talked about. And then you have an equal blend of 3 colors, a 12, a 24B, and a 102. The 12 is described as a light brown, and those would be the low lights that you see throughout, maybe right there. Then you have the 24B, which is a blend of golden blondes. And I'm seeing a lot more golden blonde in the back. I'll do a spin later so you can get a good look at that yourself. So there's absolutely some gold blonde in there, maybe a little bit right there as well. And then the 102 are the bright platinum highlights. And I'm seeing quite a bit of that, as I said, here in the front. And just generally the color is kind of a cool platinum blonde is the effect you're getting. And the FS, as you probably know already, stands for fashion syrup, which means that there are bold highlights, and there certainly are with this. So that is the description from Jon Renau, and I think that explains it much better than the color code itself. So let's take a good look at some of the details. You have that beautiful lace front with those light fibers in the front. I'm adding a voiceover here because I keep getting new information on this.
Apparently, Jon Renau is adding the light fibers to certain colors in certain collections. If you have specific questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below.
So I just love that. So you can have the best of both worlds. You have this dark rooting and then a soft, natural looking hairline. I just think that is wonderful. And it makes me very comfortable as a brunette wearing this blonde because I even have some bio hair showing here and that kind of matches the root. So I think that works really well. Let's go ahead and take a look at this color from all sides. Here she is from the right. And the back, and the left. Just a beautiful light platinum blonde with some brown and golden blonde added in there. So I love this color, both indoor and out. Okay, so final thoughts. Cameron Lite is just a beautiful, sophisticated, sleek bob. I have long been a fan of Cameron and I love Cameron Lite as well. I think you just look really put together wearing a style like this. I think you can go to the office, you could go to an event and just really look elegant in this style. I also think that with the ear-to-ear lace front that the Lite collection has, you can so easily style this away from the face, either tucking it or using a headband. I think that's wonderful in terms of versatility. I think this color is so much fun, and I never in a million years would have thought that I would feel comfortable in a blonde and a platinum blonde at that. Well, there's certainly plenty of platinum blonde in this. It's a very dimensional color. You've got the light brown, you've got the golden blonde and the platinum blonde blended, and then this beautiful dark root, which is really probably what makes me comfortable because of course I do have a little bit of bio hair showing, and that's a pretty good match, I would say. So amazing. I think you could absolutely wear this color as a brunette if you wanted to be blonde just for a day or a week or a month or whatever, and you don't have to change anything else, just wear this wig. So a lot of fun, a beautiful style and color. And yeah, I hope this review has been helpful, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.